More than 11,000 Arkansans have died as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Today, in acknowledgement of this tremendous loss and our many other shared traumas of the past 2 years, we observe a day of reflection and healing. At the request of the Arkansas Center for Health Improvement, I wrote the following poem for this day. In 2020, when I stepped outside my door, it felt like an apocalypse was being commenced. I admit I was scared. To live in what seemed to be a season of The Walking Dead, I wasn't sure what was to happen next. So I watched for updates on the news that only left me more confused. I wanted to go outside and enjoy the weather, walk nature trails and play with my children at the park, but the gates were locked and yellow tape was wrapped around the monkey bars and the swings like it was a crime scene. When I stepped outside my door, life as I thought it was ain't what it seemed. The world was at a standstill. Was even told I had to pause my dreams. It was supposed to be spring, but I recall how even the flowers blossomed less, and how I was forced to be distracted by the world less and spend actual time with my own self in silence. But the self-reflection was loud. Anxiety was an orchestra in my mind, and depression was a drum line on my heartbeat. Then would you believe that summer came and it rained even more? When news outlets and social media kept showing on repeat the lifeless corpse of George Floyd, I stood outside the Capitol doors to do what most would call a protest, but like many, I was only there to mourn. The next morning, I cried and I couldn't answer why. The pandemic forced me to feel, showed me how the trauma was real, and I couldn't hide the hurt behind a mask, and a vaccine wouldn't fix it. And now it's 2 years later, and I can still see the debris. I try not to stare, but we all know it. She ain't as beautiful as she used to be. They say the pandemic was abusive, permanently blacked her eye and crooked up her smile. But who am I to judge her, the world? Because we ain't the same either. I guess this perceived ugly is all of our new normal. And as she is still working to heal, it only makes sense that we do the same. So in the meantime, I think it's relevant that we all know you got a lot to smile for you. You got a lot to live for you. You got a lot to do, so you can't give up now. You got a lot to smile for you. You got a lot to live for you. You got a lot to do, so you can't give up now.